तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ वासुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। I salute unto you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Guru, Master of the world, Son of Vasudeva, Supreme Bliss of Devaki, Destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. I bow down to you. Last class, previous class, we were speaking about Bhagavan. He is declaring that he is Lord of all living entities. Defining yourself to you should be done with life, with authenticity, Bhagavan was saying. And also Bhagavan was saying, inside the seed, if life is not happening, the tree won't come out. Inside the seed, life has to happen. The tree has to come out. So inside your body, authenticity has to happen. Enlightenment has to come out. If authenticity is not happening, the completion, fulfillment, enlightenment won't come out. Add authenticity to your thinking in every step. If life is not continuing to happen in the seed, it is not a seed. It is dead. Same way, if authenticity is not continuously happening in you, you are not a possibility. You are dead. Constantly make authenticity happen in you, in your work, in your thinking, in your words, in your health, in your wealth, everywhere. This is the essence of what Bhagavan is saying in last verses. He is also saying your words are shastras, scriptures. Your form is the center for stotras, devotional prayers, and your very life is the sutra, the technique. Here Krishna says I. I means there is just the divine that is speaking. There is nobody inside. There is a hollow. It is pure emptiness. That is why here Bhagavan, Sri Krishna is saying, Bhutanam Ishwaropi. I am the Lord of all living entities, all beings. I am God. Just understand what courage and energy behind his words. It can come only from a solid experience, a deep conscious experience. Bhagavan is also asking us to understand death first. Krishna is giving ultimate teaching in these verses. He is saying something very strange. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tvaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sorjuna. He's saying, what is this verse means? It means, if you understand the secret of my birth and death, you will be liberated from birth and death. Arjuna. How? Let us see the secret of the birth and death of Krishna. How? We will go through the birth and death cycle. Now, just as Sri Krishna made the statement, I tell you, this because you are my devotee and friend. Here, Swamiji is going to speak on something which is beyond logic. It is pure experience. Before speaking, he takes an oath. With integrity and authenticity, whatever I speak is the truth. He takes an oath. Every single time he delivers a great truth, he always takes an oath. I am responsible for it, he says. I am responsible for my words, he says. Many Many times we have all heard this. Whenever the ultimate truth is uttered, whenever something beyond our logic is uttered, we never receive it completely. That's the problem. If we are courageous, we fight, we question, we argue. If we don't have that much courage, we don't allow that word to enter into us. Listen. We never believe anybody. It is always an argument. Sometimes open, and at other times in the mind. If we can't express it openly, we continuously repeat the same words in the mind. That is why, before entering the truth, Swamiji tells you, what I speak is the truth. He always says, if you can receive it, there is a possibility of transformation. Because here I speak the truth that is realized only by my experience, which cannot be logically true. Please understand, different religions describe the process of death in different ways. Some say, if you have done punya or merits, you will reach a place called heaven. If you have committed sins, you will be taken to eternal hell. Each person has his or her own faith. Some say there will be a special Pushpak Vimanam aircraft sent from Shiva's abode, and you will be directly taken to Shiva's place. About the 108 Upanishads, right? In that, the Kathopanishad says, you will pass through a tunnel and see Angushtamatra Purusha Antaratma, means thumb-sized light, which is your soul when it leaves the body. That is why Atma Linga is thumb-sized. See, here Krishna beautifully explains that people belong to different religions only when they are alive. When they are dead, they follow only one path, which is described in the Kathopanishad. You guys, if you want to hear, go to 2013 January videos. 2013 Jan satsang videos in YouTube. Search for it. Literally the whole of Jan Swamiji shared about the tattva of authenticity. For that he shared the Kathopanishad. See, when you leave the body, the moment the physical body dies and relaxes, that very moment the soul leaves the body. At that time, what you perceived, see, when you were alive, the highest pleasures, whatever you felt, what you perceived as the highest pleasure in your life, they surface. If you thought eating was the highest pleasure in your life, naturally, while leaving the body, you will think, I should take a body which will continuously help me to eat. You go through all the choices and you decide to take a pig's body. Whatever you think is the greatest experience in your life, whichever experience occupies your maximum inner space, you decide your next birth based on that desire. Please listen. Nobody else decides your birth. It is simply you who choose. When you are deciding your birth, when you are choosing, naturally you are the one who's choosing the parents also, isn't it? It is clearly the conscious decision of your soul. Here, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says beautifully, I am telling you the secret of things, Krishna says. I am telling you the mysterious ultimate science. Oh my dear devotee and friend, I made a few statements. You take birth based on your desires, based on how you lived in the previous birth. Birth and death are your conscious decisions. We will now analyze these statements. Only then will we be able to internalize and powerfully live them. Listen, we will analyze to internalize this whole concept. The secret of birth and death, the mysterious signs that Sri Krishna delivers. The moment this truth is understood, you will immediately see that life is a blessing. Life is a blessing. This life is your decision. Please be very clear about it. Including poverty. Everything is your decision. Don't think poverty has been forced upon you. Even that is your decision. When we take birth based on our fear and greed. On one side, greed pushes us. Let me become the son of a king. Let me become the son of a rich man. The greed pushes us that way. On the other hand, our own fears will say, no. I can't take on so much responsibility. Being the son of a king is, oh my God, too much responsibility. Being a prince, isn't it? Along with money comes the responsibility of protecting it. That is why Goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, is handed over to Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the protector. Vishnu is the sustainer, protector, isn't it? Who sustains the existence. That is why Goddess Lakshmi, wealth, is handed over to Lord Vishnu, the protector. Because Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, is neither with the creator, Brahma, nor with the destroyer, Shiva. She is with the protector, with Vishnu. Along with Lakshmi, who represents wealth, the responsibility to protect her also comes. A person who is ready to take on the responsibility as well as the enjoyment will never be deprived. If you understand the secret clearly, this very moment you will feel your life is a blessing and not a curse. Surely God is much more intelligent than us, isn't it? Whether it is to do with your life or to do with the whole of existence, He has done the peak of enriching from His vast responsibility. The one who achieves the peak of responsibility becomes a powerful enlightened being. The one who achieves the peak of enriching is God, an incarnation. Understand, incarnation happens out of love and compassion. The greatness of God is that He gives you the freedom to be in bondage. Even if it is the ultimate freedom He offers you, He never forces it on you. He gives you the freedom to be in bondage if that is your choice. Your whole birth is based on your fear and greed. But the incarnation, the enlightened master, his birth is based on love and compassion. The whole secret is this. Ordinary man takes birth based on fear and greed. That is why his whole life is driven by fear and greed. Enlightened masters assume the body out of love and compassion. That is why Sri Krishna beautifully says, Atma Mayaya, because of my own energy, I take birth, he's saying. With my own energy, just out of my love and compassion, I land on this planet Earth. Now, the next question that follows is this. How can we be liberated by knowing this truth? How will it help us? Generally, this question comes up, isn't it? Understand? When Swamiji says the words birth or death, he doesn't mean just dying at the end of life. He means every night's sleep is your birth and death. Every night when you go to sleep, you are dying. When you come back in the morning, you take birth one more time. But see, the only difference is you know that you are coming back to the same body, that's all. When you come back in the morning, you take birth one more time. Understand this deeply. Every day you assume the body. Every day you leave the body. When you go to the causal body in deep sleep, you actually die and come back. When you come back, every day you are new. As of now, every morning, how do we come back to life? How do we take this body? Just look deeply. What happens when you wake up? Usually, the moment you become aware that you are awake, either a thought based on greed or fear hits you. Maybe you want to meet somebody or meet some deadline. Immediately you jump out of bed. If you have analyzed your waking up, have you assumed this body every morning? That moment is actually your taking birth. That moment when you take the body matters. That moment when you take the body in the morning, it matters. These are the basic, very subtle, mysterious secrets of altering the whole consciousness. Whichever thought you enter your body with every morning will play a major role in your consciousness for that entire day. Every day is a fresh. But an incarnation, an enlightened master assumes the body out of love and compassion. He comes back just to pour his compassion out, just to share himself with the whole world. When I say he comes back, I mean he's coming back every day, every morning. If you understand this once and alter your thoughts at the time of waking up, it's in your hands. The moment the first thought comes, you can alter it. Hey, that awareness, what is coming if you watch, hey, let me change it this way. You can alter it. If once you can alter your thoughts at the time of waking up, you will alter your whole consciousness. The very quality of your consciousness can be changed. It is just like how a camera works. The first moment the lens is opened, whatever scene is there in front of the camera is recorded on the film. That will remain forever. In the same way, during the first moment of consciousness, the thought that you have while entering into the body plays a major role on your consciousness for the whole day. When you get up, let the first thought be of love and compassion. Get up only to express your life in bliss. The moment you become aware of yourself, express, oh Lord, it is so beautiful. You have given me one more day. I am blessed that you have given me one more day's extension to see your existence. Please understand, you have no right to any extension. Don't think life is your birthright. Don't think life is your birthright. We have seen enough people, many people taking things for granted. Before they get the job, they say, if I get that $10,000 per month salary, I'll be really safe. I'll feel blessed. The moment they get the job, in 1 month, they think it is their birthright. Birth itself is not your right. Birth itself is not our right. Then how can we say something else is our birthright? The word birthright is completely wrong. We have no right even to our own birth. It is a pure gift. We can't inhale or exhale for even one single moment unless the divine allows us. Unless the universal energy gives the extension. So every day is a blessing. When we get up from bed, assume the body with this gratitude to the divine. The quality of our whole consciousness will change. And we will become an incarnation. Here, Swamiji is giving the straight technique how to enter Sri Krishna's consciousness. The man who assumes the body out of love and compassion is an incarnation. If you assume the body out of greed or fear, you are a man. If you assume the body out of love and compassion, you are an incarnation and you are divine. And he's also saying, morning, the first thought with which we assume the body, we are assuming the body. After sleep is dying, assuming the body, if we alter the thought, we'll become incarnation. We'll no more remain as man. Your whole life will be a happening with a different consciousness. Here, Sri Krishna gives us a technique to attain him, to experience janma karma. Janma karma cha me divyam means if we are able to live in such a way as to be free from the attachments born out of anger and fear, then we can be absorbed in him. We can attain him. All actions create their own reactions. When we sow a seed, the action, though it may appear to be complete, is in reality not so. We have set into motion a cycle, a chain of events. The seed, see, when we sow a seed, that's one action. But is it complete? No. We just set into motion a cycle of chain of events. The seed sprouts, becomes a plant, again tree. It is in the order of existence that every action or cause has its own reaction or effect. That is why it is quite difficult to escape from the clutches of the cause-effect cycle. Here Sri Krishna gave a technique to cut these karmic bonds. He is giving technique to cut these karmic bonds to be complete and realize the reality. Actions that are complete and free from fear and anger do not create bonds. Vitaraga, bhaya, krodha, they lead us towards elevated consciousness. Fear and anger that arise out of greed pattern are two of the most provocative emotions. The root patterns that create incomplete action and lead to bondage. Attachments are our bondage to the future based on experiences of the past. We have unfulfilled desires that we hope to fulfill. We look for results. When the results happen the way we wish them to, there is temporary satisfaction. More wishes arise. More attachments are formed. When things do not happen the way we want them to, we feel sorrow. we are depressed. We strive again, struggle again. Either way, it is a never-ending cycle that brings sorrow in the end. When we let go of attachments and perform complete actions with no expectations, we enjoy the path of action. There is no stress regarding what must happen, since there is no attachment. Please listen. Completion is stopping the effect immediately and rewinding the effect towards the cause and merging the effect into the cause, stopping the effect immediately and rewinding it back to the cause, and the effect merging into the cause is completion. Cause and effect cycle I'm talking about. Krishna offers a way to be in his space of completion.